Moving on to your Dallas Cowboys, who lost on Sunday night to the San Francisco 49ers. Close game, tough game. Dak's getting all the blame. Threw a couple picks. One was a great play by the DB from San Fran. The other was an ill-advised pass. Dak had no running game. Pollard went out at the end of, I think it was the first quarter, might have been end of the first half. I don't recall. I said 2 weeks ago Pollard's got to have 20 carries, 20 touches. He doesn't have to carry it every time, but a couple of passes out of the backfield. He's got to touch that ball 20 times for the Cowboys to be successful. I think the Cowboys need to move on from Zeke Elliott. I think Dak is average. I think you could do way worse than Dak. I think a lot of people like to blame the top guy on a team, and you have to understand that a team runs as a team, and everything affects everything, especially in the game of football or the game of rugby. The guy who touches the ball most, he's got to make those decisions. He's got to make baller decisions in high-pressure situations, and Dak has let the Cowboy faithful down a few times. Not a Cowboy fan. I'm a Seahawks guy, but we absolutely messed the bed in our second Super Bowl on the 1-yard line against the Patriots. Didn't hand it to beast mode Marshawn Lynch. Tried to pass it, tried to get cute. Got it intercepted. Lost to Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the Patriots, and we should have had our second Super Bowl right there. So you gotta have a complete team. And the Cowboys have a Super Bowl defense. They 100% have a Super Bowl defense. They probably have the best defender in the league in Micah Parsons. They have one of the best corners in Diggs, although that guy won't make a tackle to save his life. He's making business decisions on the field that hurt the team. If I was one of Diggs' teammates and I saw the effort that he made on that Kittle bobble catch down the center of the field, which if that's an incompletion, that's a different game. Diggs didn't even have to go in hard. He could have gone in, disrupted that ball, dislodged it. That wouldn't have been a completion. That would have set that game on a different course. He decided to go to avoid contact, and that's a business decision. Dion used to say that all the time, making business decisions. You don't pay me to tackle. You pay me to pick balls off and return punts. Diggs is a good player. Got a lot of picks last year. That's a great defense. They need some real help on that offense. CeeDee Lamb's not a number one. Dalton Schultz made 2 huge errors in the last 2 minutes of the game. Very nonchalant, very, very too cool for school. That's not really the way he plays. I don't know what happened there. You could tell the Cowboys didn't have a lot of playoff experience, but neither does Brock Purdy over there on the 49ers side, and he pulled it out. They pulled it out. That's a great team. The 49ers have the most talent in the league. I think it's going to be a close game with Philly. Philly is very, very aggressive, very strong up front. And then on the other
Super Bowl.
This is conference championship weekend, so we've got Philly and the Niners playing each other, and then we have Chiefs Bengals. And if you don't love Joe Burrow, I don't know what he could do to get you to love him. That guy he's next level. If you know much about everything that happened a couple weeks ago when DeMar Hamlin collapsed during that Monday night game between the Bengals and the Bills, they called the game off. And then if the Bengals would have lost to the Bills and the Chiefs would have played at a neutral site in Atlanta for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And they asked Joe Burrow about that. Look this video up, Sohail, if you can find it on YouTube. Joe Burrow refund. Just search that. Joe is awesome. Joe is a very confident young man. He's an excellent quarterback. He was asked, "Hey, do you feel overlooked because everybody's talking about that game being played at a neutral site?" And he said, "You better get those refunds ready."
We talked about it yesterday. Just that chip on your shoulder.
Come on, Wi-Fi.
Speeding it up so we don't get claimed.
Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
That's awesome. That's so that attitude is badass. If you've noticed on the JMP recently, I have some very highly successful people in here. They've had success in their younger years, success in their older years in business or athletics or whatever. I'm asking all of them, do you walk around with a chip on your shoulder? And more often than not, I'll have people looking straight across this table back at me. Hell yeah, I walk around with a chip on my shoulder. Absolutely.